Perfect. Perfect.
Hello everyone, today we are in chapter 1.6. We are talking about comparing decimals. By the end of this chapter, we should be able to compare decimals to the thousandths place. You'll be able to choose a strategy to compare to decimals. You'll be able to use these symbols, less than, greater than, and equal to compare to decimals, and then you'll be able to compare and order decimals. Okay, well, first things first, let's get to this number and let's see. I like to think about numbers like this, kind of like money. This looks like 62 cents, and this looks like 26 cents. Which one is more? I know that 62 cents is more. Now, I'm going to give you guys a very cool thing so you can remember. If we know this sign, you might have known them as little alligators, eating the number that is bigger. One way I like to remember them is this one is called less than. And the reason why I remember that is because this sign right here looks like, so I'm going to write this down, looks like a crooked letter L, right? Doesn't it look like a crooked letter L? It just, right? So this is how we know this is less than. That means that this sign, like this, is greater than. And then this last sign, I hope we all know this one. This one means equals to. Okay, so this is the most important one. If you can remember the less than, then you'll know the opposite of that one is greater than, and then this one is equals to. All right, so let's check this out. Which one is greater? Well, we said 62 cents would be bigger, right? So that means we're going to use this sign, and this sign is greater than. All right, let's try another one. How about this one? Whoa, this one looks tricky. How come it doesn't have a number here? Now, in decimals, whenever we have a decimal and numbers, I want to let you know that we can add zeros that go on forever, but it never changes the number, right? This wouldn't be like 800 pennies. It would just be 80 pennies, right? So if we're thinking about money, but you can add a zero here so that we can have the same amount of digits in this problem. So if this is, what number would this be? That would be 80, and this would also be 80. So is this less than, greater than, or equal to? This would be equal to. All right, let's try the last one. Let's see what's going on. We have 3.5 and 3.55. Well, how can we find out which one is bigger? One thing I like to do is I like to put the numbers on top of each other. So I'm going to take this number and I'm just going to put it on top of this. I'm going to try to line up the decimals. All right, so I'm going to put a decimal right here. Make sure they're lined up, right? So they're lined up. And then I put a 3 and then I put a 5. And you guys remember this example up here? I said we can add zeros that go on forever. So that we have the same amount of numbers, I'm going to add a 0 here. Now I'm just going to start from the left. Remember, we start from the left and we move our way right. Let's see if we can cross off some numbers. So 3 and 3 are the same. 5 and 5 are the same. But this time, which one is bigger? Is this 5 bigger or is this 0 bigger? Well, I know that the 5 is bigger. So if the 5 is bigger, I know that I'm going to have to put my sign like this. And what sign is this again? Remember, it looks like a crooked L. This one is called less than. So 3.5 is less than 3.55. Okay, that was lesson 1, part of this lesson. All right, here is the next example. This says compare, right? We're trying to compare these two numbers. I have 3.769 and I have 3.49. So remember in the last example how I did it? I just took this number on the left and I put it on top of each other. We're going to line up that decimal, right? And then I just have 3.769. And remember, we're going to start from the left side and we're going to start crossing things off. So left, and we're going to cross. All right, so these 3's are the same. 7 is the same, but well, check this out. Looks like that 6 is bigger than this 4, which means this number right here is going to be greater greater than. All right, this is the way they had it. They just put it in a nice box so that you can see it like this. Okay, so if we had to do this number, this is another way. They just broke it down, right? So the number was 3. Oh, here it is, so you can see it. So this is in the 600s, and this one is in the 400s, right? We just learned about this. Which one is bigger, 600ths or 400s? Well, we know we have to do this sign like this, so we know that 6 is bigger. So what sign is this again? This would be greater than. All right, good job. Let's try another one. All right, let's check this one out. So this one says compare 2.4 and let's compare the number 2.405. Let me erase some of this here so we have some more space in doing this, and then we can do some more practice. All right, so like I said, the way I like to do it is I like to line the numbers on top of each other. So I'm gonna put a decimal here, put 2, 4. And do you guys remember what I said? When you don't have any more numbers, what can we put in its place? We can put an infinite amount of zeros. All right, so now we just need to start from what side to start crossing things off? We start on the left side and we cross stuff off. So these two are the same, so that doesn't count. That 4 and that 4 is the same. This 0 and this 0 is the same. But look here, right at the last line, which one is bigger? Is that 5 bigger or is the 0 bigger? Well, I know that that 5 is bigger. So that means when I have this number here, I am going to put, let's erase all that so you guys can, oops, never mind. We're not going to erase that. I'm going to put this sign. Oop. Oh, let's make it nice and small. And what was this sign called again? It looks like a what? A crooked L. And that means this would be less than. So 2.4 is less than 2.405. All right. So here are the numbers again. They just put it into word format as well. So they have 0 thousandths, right? So that would be 2.400. So 0 thousandths, right? Because there's a 0 in that place. And then it says 5 thousandths, 2.405. So which one is bigger, the 0 thousandths or 5 thousandths? Well, we know that 5 thousandths would be bigger. And then over here we have 2.4 and 2.405. We know that would be bigger. So this sign, remember, it looks like a crooked L. So this is less than. All right, let's do some more practice. This time it says I'm going to put it in this box. I'm going to give you an opportunity to write this down if you can. So I'm going to start off with this number. I have 9 decimals, so 9.063. And then I have this number right here, 9.067. Remember, we're going to start from the left side, and we're going to try to see which one is bigger. So those are the same, the same, the same, and then check this out right here. Which one would be bigger if you had 7 thousandths or if you had 3 thousandths, right? Which one, oops, let's make it a number, 3 thousandths. So which one is bigger, 7 thousandths or 3 thousandths? Well, we know 7 thousandths is bigger. So let's see with the one with the 7. We're going to put this sign like this. And what sign again is this? It looks like a crooked L, so that means this is called less than. All right, good job. Let's take out another one. All right, remember what I said? We want to line up the decimal, so I'm going to put the decimal right on top of here. I'm going to put 8. I'm going to put 9. And what happens if I have no more numbers over here? I'm allowed to add a 0. All right, and I said we're going to start from the left, and we're going to cross things off. So put a 0 there. Those zeros are the same. 8 is the same. Well, check that out right there. Is 9 hundredths. Remember, that's the 900ths place. Is that bigger or is 0 hundredths bigger? Well, I know that 900th is bigger, so I'm going to put that sign. All right. And what sign is that? That is called the greater than. All right. Good job, guys. Let's go on to the next one.
Perfect.